Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're going to be playing Poison Storm again with a little bit of spice. So what I've been doing here is testing Lorien Revealed, which says draw 3 cards with island cycling. So that is something that I've been enjoying in other decks, and I think that it's really important. Here we have 19 lands, but Lorien Revealed is going to give us basically more land drops, more ability to find our blue sources, and it's a big draw spell, so I'm going to use those instead of deep analysis and stuff. So the thing is, what I found playing this deck was I just felt like Pentad Prism is the best card in the deck because all of our proliferations end up being free or cost reduced. It's like our cost reducer. It's also not that easy to interact with because they can't bolt our cost reducer here. So what I'm going to try today is play 2 Muddle the Mixtures. So Muddle the Mixture is taking a slot of like the teachings to get more weather storms, but Muddle the Mixture also grabs our Pentad Prism. So I do like that. So I'm going to cut 1 prologue and the flex slot in the deck for 2 Muddle the Mixtures. In the sideboard, I'm actually going to play a 3rd Muddle the Mixture so that we can bring in our COP Red. Our COP Red, we're going to splash specifically off of just Pentad Prism. Although maybe I should play Plains. Yeah, I'm gonna put a Plains in the sideboard. Maybe I could also have COP Blue. Let's try that. Okay, so we're going to play Circle Protection Red. That's going to help us stop Bird. Circle Protection Blue, help us stop Fairies and Terror. And then we're going to have 1 Plains to cast our COPs. You can get off the Thirsting Roots. You can also cast the COP off the Pentad Prism. And then we have the Serrated Arrows here for Fairies as well. That's hidden behind my camera, so sorry about that. Muddle the Mixture also grabs our Moment's Peace, our Anoint with Affliction, our Brainy Ending. Although we probably don't want to muddle for a counterspell, considering muddle is a counterspell. And then we have 5 total ways to counter land destruction from the LD decks, so maybe that'll work out for us. This is an interesting thing that I thought might work. It might be interesting to play. I do love playing Poison Storm, so if you like it too, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/calicguys, and you can see the history of the deck, some primers, some sideboard guides. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the matches. We're here in round 1 versus Zamu, Brazilian grinder, but we don't have any basics or any lands to get turn on our Lorien Revealed, so we have to mulligan. Now we have Lorien, Thirsting Roots. We can muddle. I'm going to keep this, putting back a basic, and then just play out the scary. Our opponent mulligans to 5. So we could go turn 2 muddle or something. This might be the moment where we actually do muddle for the Pentad Prism so that we could use the Thirsting Roots. I really would like to be able to cast the Lorien Revealed. Let's see what happens. We can also muddle the mixture for our like Anticipate card. I forget the name of right now. I haven't played this deck in a little bit. Scary go. Then mulligan to 5. They're on black. So the Brazilians have been on this mono black deck. So I'm going to play land, pass the turn. Cauldron Familiar. Okay. I think we're pretty favored against this, especially on a mulligan to 5. Let's cycle for an island, just in case we don't draw another land, because we're going to have to muddle for our Infectious Inquiry. Or no, Experimental Augury is what I was trying to find. Let's transmute for Augury. Play land and pass the turn. This again. Our opponent is going to smack us for 2. Village writes their Serrated Scorpion for another 2 damage. Cauldron Familiar. We're at 13. So we need to now find a way to have another colored source. So the Woodlot I think is important. Okay, we'll put the counter on the scary, play the Woodlot, pass the turn. Now we can Thirsting Roots for the Inquiry and then Thirsting Roots again to proliferate, and then we have to try to find our Weather the Storm. Take 2, we're at 11. A Deadly Dispute. Plays this Okiba Reckoner Raid that deals me a damage. or lose a life, I guess. Tyrant's Choice. Okay, Torture is the vote, so we vote Torture. I'm gonna Vivisection's Insight, looking for a Weather the Storm. Done. Okay, so now I'm gonna lay out my Peat Bog. I guess I have to pass the turn. We're probably dead here. We just did not have anything good. I put it mulligan to 5. That deal 4 was pretty big for them, and especially having the village rights on their Scorpion. So we're Deadly Dispute their cat. Puts us to 1. And they got it. All right. So what do we do here? I think last time I brought in some arrows for their creatures. I'll take out 1 Muddle the Mixture and 1 land for 2 arrows. And submit. So I think our problem there was that we only had blue mana. Couldn't really get off the ground. Okay, we would like to play first. So we have our Pentad Prism, keep, and we have a Weather the Storm, play Woodlot, and pass the turn. So I'm just going to slowly develop my depletion lands, I think. Hopefully they just don't have a duress. Second Pentad Prism, that's the turn. So we can Peat Bog into Double Prism. The Vampire's Kiss to 16. Peat Bog into Prism. Done. Prism again. That's the turn. So next turn we can Muddle the Mixture into Augury into Weatherstorm. So we'll transmute we have 3 blue available. Cauldron Familiar. And we also have a Prologue. So blue, transmute, grab our Experimental Augury, cast it. Okay. I think I'm gonna take, so we need more cards, so take the Inquiry. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I think it's probably better to just cast the Infectious Inquiry here. Yeah, so we ended up drawing a Thirsting Roots. We proliferate. Now we're going off. That's a little Dark Ritual, kinda. You get a counter. And then we will Contentious Plan. You get a counter again. Done. Thirsting Roots. Okay. You get a counter. Okay, done. Blue, Prologue again. We're at 5. Wow, we just keep finding it off the top here. Okay, 1, 2. And you again. Now we're just looking for a big draw spell. So we can cast this Chalice of Multi-Kicker. Okay, 1, 2. And then cast Weatherstorm. Is that enough time? We're going to gain 27 life. Pass the turn. We only have 2 blue mana now. They kiss us down to 35. Tyrant's Choice, voting for Torture. Okay, now we're at 28. That was fast. We found the Vivisection's Insight. What a rip. Just have it all right now. You, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, counters on everything. Scary we can't play, so let's just cast the Inquiry. They're at 8 poison. We can cast another Prism, but it's not probably necessary. I guess we do want to cast it. 1. Green, white. Done. Pass the turn. Next turn we're going to draw 3 cards off the Lorien. Very solid. I mean, it's no deep analysis, but it's also not hurting us. Having the extra blue mana here is, I think, what the main problem is for casting Lorien Revealed, and having all the Pentad Prisms in play gives us a lot of blue mana. So it seems to be working out. And I'm not even really paying attention to what our opponent is doing, but they are doing things. I'm just waiting for my turn, waiting for my time to shine. Cast this. We only need 2 poisons. Draw 3. Okay. Draw 2. And proliferate. You are dead. Bonk. They scooped it up in response. They didn't want to make me click around. Appreciate it. I think it's fine the way it is. Our opening hand is pretty decent. I'm going to keep it. We're just going to play out our depletions. I just lead on the woodlot in case I need to, in case they get a big turn where I can use the Weather the Storm. They whack us with the Gingerbread. So we'll go woodlot. And this is where the arrows is going to be good too. Taking out that Gingerbread. Get in. Play Peatbog. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to hit us with an Alms of the Vein. So now we can weather for 6 life. It's going to pass again. Play the Scary out. Pass the turn. This is 6 mana total. They're going to put us to 11. Okay, I'm fine with that. They play Crypt Rats. Okay. So they're saying they're going to deal us 3 with the Crypt Rats plus the 1. So I think I'm going to play the Scary and then play the Serrated Arrows and take out the Rats. And then pass the turn. On the next turn, we can do a lot. And if things go pear-shaped, we can play the Weather the Storm this turn because we can get our lands back up to speed with the Contentious Plan. Put us to 8. 3 cards in hand. Kiss, down to 6. Loses 3 life. Now we're at 3. So I could Weather the Storm to gain 9 life. Next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to cast this. Let's just Weather the Storm here. Take out the thingy. That's Contentious Plan. This. And we're done with that. So now I'm going to cast the Everflowing Chalice. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Inquiry. Up 2. Okay, play the Woodlot. Proliferate. You. And then put stuff on our thingamajigs. That's the turn. We have 4 blue mana right now. We can get another blue mana with the Lorien. And we can put a counter on this Nazumi thingamajig, and then proliferate it so that will die. Okay, they bump us to 7. Pentad Prism is a good pickup. Play this. Pentad Prism first. And then I'm going to use all of my non-blue mana, as much non-blue mana as possible. Cast Insight. Oh, I messed up. I meant to put the counter on the Road Captain first, but it's okay. Counter it. And then let's cast another Chalice. Play the blue land. Green for Thirsting Roots. So they get a counter. Then I'm countering up all my stuff. Now I think the important thing to do here is to try to draw into a Weather the Storm. So let's cast Lorien Revealed. Draw 3 cards. We found the Weather the Storm. Pentad Prism. Woohoo! Done. And then green. Okay, your turn. Gain 21. Just deal through this turn again. They play another Akiba, or play another Akiba. Peatbog. Let's cards. Have some more cards. Okay. Have some more cards. They scooped it up. This deck is so cool. You just win by drawing cards. Just keep ignoring them and winning. Okay, let's go to round 2. Round 2, we're 1-0. We're up first. Freudian slip. Okay, we have Scary, but no second land, so that means that we're probably having to mulligan. Okay, we have multiple colors. Guess I'm keeping. We'll put back a Woodlot. Problem at this moment is that we don't have a lot of blue mana. I'm going to play the Peatbog first. That's because we might have to use the Weatherstorm at some point. My plan for turn 2 is to Chalice into Prologue off the island. Okay, they're on plains. Okay. So let's go cast this Chalice with multi-kicker 1. Pass the turn. We're going to have to really use our Weatherstorms to a big advantage if possible. You're casting a Hyena Umbra. I mean, post board we have 3 Moments Peace, which can maybe help. 5 is a lot of damage early. We're going to cast Experimental Augury. We're specifically looking for a Pentad Prism. Find Infectious Inquiry. I think I'm going to take the Inquiry here. Any order. It's because this gives us more cards, and we can cast the Weatherstorm after. Infectious Inquiry. Weatherstorm. Okay, they play Sentinel's Eyes. So we're taking 5. Now we're taking 6. Find Augury. Read on Experimental Augury, I guess. Still looking for Pentad Prism. Guess we're just taking the Inquiry. You get a counter. Some over here. Let's play out the island. And then draw a card. And draw some more cards. And then cast Weatherstorm. At least we picked that up. So this turn we can muddle into the Pentad Prism, and then we can Contentious Plan. Taking 7. We play Deathblade Elite, and another Deathblade Elite. Looks like they might be out of pump spells. That's really good. Transmute. Grabbing the Pentad Prism. Unfortunately, I didn't realize we were out of counters on this. That's okay, I guess. Play the Woodlot. Play the Pentad Prism. Let's cast the Chalice. I guess 2. So use all our available mana, and then we're going to use Contentious Plan here. And they go to 5. Find another Contentious Plan. Go to 6. We have a lot of mana. Okay, we can Weather the Storm on the next turn. So this turn we're going to draw 3 and then assess our options. That's pretty solid. Okay, Sentinel's Eyes makes it 9, 10, 11 damage. Okay. So we really would like to win this turn, obviously. Viviser's Insight. Okie dokie. That's that. Floating in green. And then we're going to give them a counter. Put some more counters on our stuff. Then we can play out the Peatbog for mana. I don't think that matters. I would rather have a blue land in play, so I'm going to proliferate first. Proliferate. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, U. So that's 8. Okay, blue, blue. I'm going to draw 3 cards. Draw 3 cards. We find Muddle the Mixture, which we can't do anything with right now. So I guess we could cycle this for an island, then cast Prologue, then see what happens. Island cycling. Let's cast the Prologue. Find the Viviser's Insight, so that kills him. Yay! Zoop! You're dead. Let's give them a counter. Consolation counter. Done. We win. Turn 6. All right. Feels good. Let's bring in the Moment's Peace. I don't know if the arrows is going to matter because they give their own creatures counters, so you can't really proliferate the -1 counters. We could consider bringing in more Muddle the Mixtures to try to find the Moment's Pieces, but maybe we actually just want to, let's trim on a land and then trim on 1 Muddle because we're going to be buying a lot of time. So we have, this is essentially 4 Moment's Piece here. And then what's the last thing? I think maybe a Chalice Let's submit that way. We're on the draw, so sometimes taking out a land on the draw is okay. I think that with all the Loriens, 18 lands is probably fine, but I think it also just makes me feel better to have 19 so that my early game is really good. Okay, so we have 2 lands. We can prologue and then augury looking for a green source. Once we do find a green source, we have Moment's Peace. They're keeping 6. I'm going to keep it. This is a specific moment where I would really want to have the dual land, but the dual land is very slow. I couldn't cast it till turn 3 anyway. Land. Let's grab an island. I think the first thing that we have to do here is prologue over inquiry or augury. Okay. We're going to have to find a green source ASAP. So there's a bit of a risk. But now they're only down to 2 cards and they have 4 power in play. Pentad Prisms is very good. Means if we draw an off blue, I think I'm just going to cast the Pentad Prism for 1, pass the turn, bring it back, cast Augury, and then I can Thirsting Roots a couple of times, holding up Moment's Peace. Okay, that's 5 damage. And cast Pentad Prism. Hopefully we don't have to actually use it though. Pass the turn. That sucks. Okay, they're going to get rid of my thing. So would I rather Moment's Peace right now? No, I think I'm going to Augury. Found the Woodlot. You get a counter. Okay, so now we're taking 5, and then we're going to take more. Woodlot. Let's Augury. We'll find a Chalice or a Scary or a Peat Bog. I'm going to take the Peat Bog. You and a land. Done. Pass the turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they need any pump spell. Anything that pumps 2 will kill us. Honeycomb pumps 1, so we're not dead. But we can't use our Infectious Inquiry now. 5, 6, 7. Alright. And that's Contentious Plan. You 1, 1. That's the turn. It's Moment's Peace. Looking for Weather the Storm. Let's cast Augury. Okay, the Pentad Prism is good. But we need Weather the Storm. So I have to take the Augury. You 1, 2. Done. Like this. And then pass the turn. So now they're going to attack. We're going to flashback Moment's Peace and cast Augury. So we have to find Weather the Storm or Moment's Peace or we're dead. Hopefully they don't have Gut Shot, right? Move to attacks. Moment's Peace and Augury. So we find Muddle the Mixture, which gives us a Weather the Storm. I think I have to take the Muddle the Mixture. The order you 1, 2, 3. I can just muddle for Moment's Peace here. I can Thirsting Roots or a Forest, play the Forest, and then Proliferate. Then 1, 2, 3, done. And then I can 5, 6, 7, 8, possibly 9. So I can muddle the mixture here for, I think I have to transmute this for the Moment's Peace. Okay, pass the turn. This is Sentinel's Eyes. We're going to yield until here. They attack for a million billion. We cast a Moment's Peace. That's the turn. I mean, they could have something that eats the card from the graveyard to get rid of the Moment's Peace. 1, 2. I'm going to float a green. 3. You. Boom, boom, boom. Done, and they are dead. Sweet. Contentious Plan. You, 1, 2, 3. Contention, and then let's just Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. You're dead. And some consolidation counters. Alright, 2-0. Let's go to round 3. Turn 3 versus Labra Nico. I think they were on pawns the last time I saw them. We're on the play with 1 land, so we have to mulligan. If I had a second land, this would be pretty sick. Gonna mulligan. We have 2 lands. I'm gonna keep this one. Question is what to bottom, and I think it's gonna be the Thirsting Roots. Play a land and pass. They're on white, so I think maybe last time I saw Slivers. Oh, Jeebus. Save me, Jeebus. I think I'm gonna. I think I probably have to save my poison. I guess the weather, the storms, and the moments pieces are gonna have to do a lot. Get hit for 2. Play this scary. Draw some cards. Pass the turn. So now we're gonna hit for 6. Yikes. We have a Pentad Prism. Pentad Prism. Done. Cast Augury. And just plan. You get a counter. Doot. Done. We're gonna go for Everflowing Chalice. And then cast Contentious Plan again. And then click all the things. And then I can now Weather the Storm. Gain 15. But will 15 be enough? We're taking 1,000,000 right now. I'm really surprised to see Slivers, honestly. Okay, we're taking 20. Or no, 16. A Winding Way for 1,000,000 Slivers. And Forest, that's another Pump Sliver. So it's going to be 25 next turn. Jeez. So this. Cast Insight. You get a counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. We're going to Proliferate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. And then we can Contentious Plan. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Then now I can Contentious Plan again. You. Counters all my stuff. Blue. Cast Insight. 2, 3, 4, 5. You. They're at 8. So this is going to be 18. We're going to hit for 25. So we could live through this. The question is whether or not I play out the Chalice this turn and lose my green source for next turn for another 3 life. I think I'm just going to. They're at 8 right now, so I think I need to Weather the Storm here. Pass the turn, and then hope that my Lorien Revealed can draw me into it. This is 25. They just have it. Damn it. Okay. That's close. So even if we did one more storm, it wouldn't have gotten there. 3, 1, 2, 3. So if they hadn't had a second pump spell, we would have been winning there. Bring in the Moments Piece. And then I think I want to bring in the arrows. So I want to be full on. Oh, I can also use Anoint with Affliction. Maybe that's better than the arrows. So I can just be a straight up like, that is way too many cards, obviously. So we're going to get rid of a land. Get rid of the Muddles. 6 cards, huh? These 2. They're a very fast deck. But they have Anoint with Affliction will be good. So the question is, do I want to try for a Fog plan or a removal plan? I'm going to get rid of 2 more here. Let's get rid of the Annoyance. And then bring back the Thirsting Roots. Submit it. Because if we ever land the arrows, we can really wreck them. We would like to play first. So we have turn 3, Inquiry into Contentious Plan. Keep. Opponent is trying to figure it out. They keep 7. Okay, land, go. They play Plains, play the Sliver. Land, pass the turn. We really have to maximize the amount of damage we're going to be doing. So that's why I didn't play anything early. Not damage, but I'm talking about infection. Draw 2, draw 1. That's the turn. Now we're trying to find a Pentad Prism. Lead the Stampede, okay. So that's good for me. That means I'm not having more than 4 damage this turn. We need a Pentad Prism or we need a green source. Hunter Sliver is the Provoke Sliver, which doesn't do anything. Poison is bad. Gets past Weather the Storm. They're going to have to discard the hand size. Wow, Pentad Prism is such a good pickup. Done. Let's cast Contentious Plan. Draw Blind. 1, 2, 3. Forest. Cast Augury. Reveal Lorien Revealed. You. Done. And then, do I want to take the Storm count right now? I think I'm going to pass the turn. We can Moment's Peace on this turn if something bad happens. I feel like they're going to Gem Hide and then try to play their hand out. 1, 2. Slivers have haste. Plays a Poisonous Sliver. That's the 3rd spell. It's Plated Sliver. 4th spell. So we're going to Weather the Storm here probably. Probably Augury into Weather. And then hold up Moment's Peace for the next turn. Might as well play out your other Gem Hide or your Hunter Sliver or something. All Slivers have Provoke. So they're going very wide. Play another Sliver. 3 mana for Lead the Stampede. Wow. Okay, everything has Vigilance now, so they can attack and then cast everything post-combat. Let's go Augury. Binding. We have Moment's Peace, which is 2 turns. So I think we just need to try to poison them rather than get the arrows. Any order? You. 1, 2, 3. Done. So if I use the Weather the Storm right now, 2, they're probably going to get past it anyway. But Weather the Storm would help me not to get pinged out. So gain 24. Play a land. 2. Passive Surge's Insight. You get a 6. Done. I can now Thirsting Roots. Proliferate again. I have 7. Pass the turn. They could have a Flaring Pain, which would be an issue. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 poison. So now everything has Vigilance. Might as well play out the Muscle Sliver, right? Gonna play Muscle Sliver. Everything has haste too, so it can go Gem Hide into Muscle Sliver. So they have 3 cards in hand, and none of them are Flaring Pain. And next turn we can deal them at least 2 poison. Sliver again. Okay. I guess they're playing a Storm deck. Everything. You go Moment's Peace. And hopefully that works. And I didn't misclick. So I assume post-combat they're just going to play out their 2 creatures. It's a Gem Hide. Hunter Sliver. Okay, so I did misclick. At least we know. So let's go. We need 3 mana. This is our 3 mana. So let's start with Prologue. Cast Inquiry. And then we can cast another Inquiry. Probably should have not used all my black mana there, but we won the game anyway. So now they'll probably have Flaring Pain. Obviously, Serrated Arrows is not going to work out for us. Let's cut that. Bring back in the Muddle the Mixture for the Moment's Peace, and then a Thirsting Roots and a Chalice. So hopefully we can just muddle our way through it by fogging. Maybe I want a second muddle over Weather the Storm. Okay, we have a Moment's Peace. We have Pentad Prism. We have Prologue. Let's keep it. They're going to work on poisoning me out. Scary, pass the turn. They're going to go Woodlot. I mean, if they can deal me lethal poison on turn 3, that would be terrible. Be very impressive. Poison me, I'm poisoning you. I'm not going to proliferate my own poison on me. Under Sliver here. Okay, so they went nature 4. Let's Prologue. Woodlot. That's the turn. Interesting, we are in a weird infect mirror. They cast a Muscle Sliver and get in for 2. Double poison. That sucks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 poison. Pass the turn. Okay. This isn't lethal. Right now we need cheap proliferation. We're taking 9 and 6 poison. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 poison. Okay. Just a whining away. Everything has haste. So next turn we have to Moment's Peace. Draw a card. Right now I have 6 mana. Pentad Prism still 6 mana. So the problem with the Pentad Prism right now is that we cannot actually do anything with it. I don't want to lose my lands. I'm going to pass the turn. Assume they're just going to give everything haste and attack for 1,000,000. So they've got Forest is gone. Heart Sliver's now in the battlefield. I guess they played their other Virulent Sliver. It was a Predatory Sliver. Plated Sliver. Peace. That's the turn. Dead Prism. Done. That's an Overflowing Chalice. But now we have to burn these lands. Cast Vivisurge's Insight. Draw 3 cards. You, 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Do we play a land this turn? Looks like no. So what happens if we get a land? We cycle this for a land, play the island. We have 1 mana, 2, 3. I don't think we can afford to do that right now. It stinks. Okay, so I'm going to pass the turn. We are heavily relying on this Moment's Peace, and we have to find another one. So our Experimental Augur is going to be pretty important. Do you attack? They do indeed. Moment's Peace, pass the turn. Let's Sidewinder Sliver. Need the Stampede. So they need the Ping Sliver, basically. They didn't find it. They have a bunch of other stuff. Sidewinder Sliver. Let's cast this. I think I'm probably going to die, unless I get really lucky here. Island Cycle. Island, with the island. Cast Experimental Augury. Find a Pentad Prism and a Lorien Revealed. And a Swamp. So I guess I have to take the Pentad Prism. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then black. That's Infectious Inquiry. We didn't find it, okay. I definitely feel like if I'm going to be facing Slivers, I need 4 Moment's Peace, not 3 Moment's Peace. Draw. We were far from it. Okay, we're kind of close. On to the next. Okay, round 4 versus IAB Magic, who says they're playing my deck. Gonna keep and find out what happens. We have Scary into Prism. We're playing Tower. So I guess it's Tron. Scary, pass the turn. Then I can go Prologue. Your Retriever. What's this Prologue? Play the Scary, pass the turn. They've got a Crystal Grotto. Let's see if they can combo me out. A little concerned. Plays Chromatic Star. if we find a small proliferation, we can do a lot here. But proliferating early is not like, we need to cast this Vivisearch's Insight, which is a little bit too costly at the moment. Okay, they have Golem Foundry. Find the Augury. Okay, so land, Pentad Prism, done. Now we can cast the Augury, find Thirsting Roots, this and this and this. I took the Thirsting Roots there so that I can cast this Chalice, then green, proliferate, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the turn. So now we're just going to try to hold up Weather the Storm for the combo turn so that we can buy us a couple of turns, because let's just yield until next end step, I guess. That will probably, win us the game. We should be able to do enough to get there. I'm going to tell them that I have Weather the Storm. So I told them that I have Weather the Storm in hand. So see what happens. See how long they loop for. I don't want to time anybody out. And I'm just going to let them loop for a while. So they're casting some Energy Refractors, drawing cards, playing Golem Foundry, another token, sacrificing the tokens, playing Expedition Map, drawing a bunch of cards. Storm is 13. They currently have zero. They currently have zero golems, so they have to keep looping even more just to make golems. So at a minimum, they need to make 7 golems so they can attack me for 20, because then I don't even have to weather the storm, but I'm obviously going to. So I feel like they're in a not great spot right now. Problem is that we don't have anything in the sideboard to really handle this. We got Circle Protection blue and green. Oh no, the looping. Okay, we gotta just pop these out so that the windows stop zooming around. So we've got arrows, which doesn't do very much. Bring the Ending's probably good. Muddle the Mixture is for just instant or sorcery. Actually, Moment's Peace can be good for the golems. I'll just bring the Moment's Peace. Oh man, well, but then they could also just have the munitions, and then I would tell them that I would probably scoop the munitions, right? Because that's just how I do. Don't want to time out people. Okay, they went for a lot of storm. 24. Let's just gain a bunch of life then. We're at 94. They're gonna have to loop at least more to win. So I can cast Neverflowing Chalice. And then Insight. Give you a counter. Done. I can cast another Everflowing Chalice. I can draw a card. Okay, done. And then I think I'm passing. We need one of our big draw spells. I think the Vivisearch's Insight was good there, but it just didn't do what we needed it to do. So now we can yield until the next end step again. Swing out. Okay, we're at 81. So the best way for them to do this is probably to only loop a few times, so it incentivizes me not to use the Weather the Storm. I'm going to play some Kinsmiths, grab another Retriever, play out the Retriever. Okay. Not really commenting on their loops, just letting them loop it up. Now the Storm is 10, which is 30. 30 life for me. I mean, at Storm 10, I think I'm probably going to Weather on end step again. I have a ridiculous amount of mana in play. No green mana. Storm is 12, huh? Alright, we will Weather again. That's the turn. And then Blue Source, cast Contentious Plan. 1, 1, 1. And then counters on everything. Then we're hoping for a big draw spell that we lift. So now they have They said now I'm just waiting for makeshift munitions. Hmm. There's a sphere. Okay. We're drawing as much as possible, trying to find a makeshift munitions. Continuing to draw cards. 4 cards in hand now. Okay. They found the makeshift munitions, and I will be a cool person and not time them out, and I will scoop to that. So, I mean, if you're playing on Magic Online, you should expect that no opponent other than me, because we're friends, is going to do this, but we're just going to go to game 2. We definitely would have won the next turn. So we want to bring in the Brainy Ending for the munitions, I guess. I'm going to cut in the land and cut a Muddle. Maybe I don't need the Muddle. Cut a Weather Storm. Submit. Okay. They said, oh, I'll just concede to you next time you have the win. I was like, you better. you definitely better. Please, Woodlot, pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Tron line and passes the turn. So I'm thinking we could use the Thirsting Roots to grab our Black Source. Play the Scary, pass the turn. Thirsting Roots for Inquiry, then now I can't do anything about that. There's the Peat Bog now. So I guess I just play this, pass the turn. I'm just sitting on all my poison basically so that I don't waste it. Cropping for Tron. With Golem Foundry, Mirror Retriever. So let's play our Scary out. Play the Inquiry. Draw. We can muddle. Doesn't do that much. Oh yeah, we can muddle for Pentad Prism. Let's Augury first. We'll take the untapped land. You 1/1/1. Done. And then Thirsting Roots proliferate. Maybe I don't use that right now. It doesn't add that much value. Okay, let's pass the turn. I'm thinking I can use the Thirsting Roots as a ritual once I have the proliferation online. Let's see if they just have it. Okay. Well met. Turn 4 combo. We'll just see what they do. Take a quick break while they loop it up and wait till my turn. Okay, so they found makeshift munitions. They have the combo, so we're going on to the next round. All right, what do we do here? We've got a prologue. We're in round 5. First Ancestral was on the play and they kept their hand. Prologue, we have Thirsting Roots for proliferation, but no green source. We have everything's really expensive and costs double blue. I think we have to mulligan. Peat Bog and Chalice and Pentad Prism. I'm gonna keep this and then kind of prey on my top decks, getting rid of a Thirsting Roots. Plains. Okay, so they may not disrupt us that much. I'm looking for a land. Give me a land, any land. I'm ready for it. That's not a land. That's the turn. Okay. So we can actually play the Chalice off of the Peat Bog. It's not great. We can cycle a Lorien off the Chalice maybe and cast Contentious Plan. What are they doing with that Plains? Plains, Ancient Den. Smack us for 1. Aye. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Nothing. Sappers and Scary. Never didn't have it. So let's pass the turn. What a rip. So here we're going to go Chalice into Pentad Prism into probably Augury looking for a poison spell. They're on Boros. Kind of expected. Plays a Synthesizer, which is going to F6. Do your thing, man. Or woman. Or person. Do your thing, my friend. Okay, they pick up the Synthesizer and find a Lightning Bolt. They got a Core Skyfisher and a Thraven Inspector. Lightning Bolt's not going to do anything. They probably should have picked up the Thraven Inspector, but it's all good. Turn 3. So now we have a Lorien. Cast this. Boom, boom. cast a Pentad Prism, making sure to use 2 different types of colors. And then we can now, yes, we can cycle the Lorien for a land, play the land, and then now cast the Augury, looking for a poison spell. We found it. 1, 2, 2. So now we have everything set up. Next turn we're going to poison them 4 and draw 3 cards. We want to lead on the prologue into Contentious Plan to draw blind first, and then go from there. Play the synthesizer, picking up, or ripping a Galblast, and then pick up the synthesizer again, finding another bolt. So maybe they should have picked up the land and then played the blast, but they have a second land, or another land. Okay, hits us for 3. We're at 15. Next turn they're presenting 5. So we have at least 2 turns. This one plus the next pass back. Prologue you. You're at 1. Contentious Plan. Boom. Bum 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 bum. Okay. We find a peat bog. Doesn't do very much. I think I would rather. It's the Augury now. Looking for a big drop spell. Find another Augury. I don't think I need the Weatherstorm right now. Any order? You, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then we'll have to cast the Augury here. Floating 3. Still looking for a draw 3. Find an Inquiry. So you, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to put us at 13, which is kind of a problem. Draw 2. Make a Contentious Plan. So I can play the island, play Contentious Plan. Now they're at 6 poison. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we okay, proliferate. What a turn! That was crazy. Okay. Proliferate again. Let's just go green, green. Proliferate. You're at 8. 8. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then proliferate again. Now you're at 9. Boop, boop. And then cast Weather the Storm. Gain 30. All you have to do is draw 1 spell in a couple of turns, and then they're dead. This is definitely a favored matchup for us. I can't believe we didn't win on turn 4, though. Come on. That was close. Experimental Synthesizer. They're going to find a Boros Garrison, which they can play. Picking up, I guess, the Great Furnace, since that's tapped already. Maybe they should have tapped their planes and picked up the planes. They want to keep as many red sources in play as possible. I mean, look, they played the planes anyway, or they tapped the planes anyway. I would have picked up the planes. Okay, they have a Limbus. Will they cast the Synthesizer or the Limbus? It's the Limbus. They're going to scry. They went 1 top and then swing for 5. We're at 38. No big deal. Can we rip? I mean, we ripped pretty well so far. Not going to lie. Okay, you're dead. GG. Boom. And boom. Done. Nice quick one. Drew a land, so that was quite the rip. Bunch of nothing. Okay. So we know we want probably going to bring in the Gorilla Shaman. Do we think we want maybe Brainy Endings over Muddle the Mixtures, or just take out the Muddle the Mixtures and bring in Serrated Arrows? I think I'm going to bring in the Serrated Arrows, so that stops them completely, and then I'll take out a Chalice in case of Gorilla Shaman. No Circle Protection red this match, or this whole league, right? I have this whole sideboard plan and it didn't even matter. Okay, we're opening a really pretty decent hand here with Peat Bog into Chalice plus Augury. And then we can Inquiry. That's the turn. So we're going to lead on Peat Bog and pass. Could also go for the Woodlot this turn, but I think I want to just go Chalice into Augury. Maybe that's not worth it. I should probably try to focus on infecting them. Clan Shaman just as an attacker. Okay, so if I'm going to focus on infecting them, I can do that this way too. Cast with multi-kicker, 1, and then just donkey for 1 poison. Doink. Find a contentious plan. So I think I woodlot into contentious plan. And then next turn I can play the arrows and start pinging their stuff. Are they going to revoke my existence? Or dust my dust? Let's find out. Cast into my fire. Okay. Goodbye to the chalice. That's the turn. So this next turn, we're going to contentious plan into inquiry. Try to find another blue source. They're only hitting us for 1 right now. Basically nothing. We still have 4 Weather Storms in the deck. Okay. 1 donk. We're at 18. Another chalice. Yeah, I guess I'm playing it. It's a lot of value if it actually survives. Let's contentious plan. Maybe I should have auguried there so that I could try to find a land. I was focused on the whole blind draw first thing. Yeah, that seems like a mistake. So I probably should have auguried. I can't cast any of these insights right now because I don't have double blue. And I didn't find a land drop whatsoever. But this next turn I can go peat bog into augury. Or this turn I can just arrows. Don't know if I really want to turn on their dust to dusts. So let's just try to draw cards and find lands. At least for this turn. Unless they play like a 2-3, then I will arrows it and make it teeny tiny. Another cast into the fire. No, Core Skyfisher picks up the Limbus probably. Yep. Okay. Found another land. So I can play arrows with that. Augury looking for something that costs blue. Find another augury. You doink, 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 doink. And you know, I had a Pentad, not a Pentad Prism, but a Scary in that 3 as well. I think I'll take the Weather the Storm here. Even though the Lorien Revealed is good, I already have a bunch of draw spells. Your little 2-3 is not going to save you. What could save them though is Pyroblast. So let's try to not walk into a Pyroblast. Play a Synthesizer. They find a tap land, play the tap land. They get in for 1. Find another blue source. Let's cast the Inquiry first. Draw some cards. And then another Inquiry. Double Prism. Should I cast Double Prism? Let's get rid of this. Pentad Prism into Weather the Storm. I'm a little concerned that they have a Dust to Dust. Cast the Weather, pass a turn. So I'm going to hold on my second Prism. If they only have 1 Pyro in hand, we should be able to resolve at least 1 Insight. Pass the turn, they're going to pick up their Synthesizer. Play a Core Skyfisher. So I'm going to play another Arrows and then just ping, kill all of their things. 5. So they're going to cast into the fire the Prism probably. Do they play a land this turn? No. So they could go Core Skyfisher, pick up a land. They're going to get rid of my Chalice. Interesting. So they're just doing things a little bit non-optimal, I think. That's okay. Yeah, play another Glenhawk. Pick up the Limbus. So now we have the ability to really go off here. Pentad Prism. Done. Let's arrows this. We can actually cast arrows again. Here's the other one. Augury. Fine, contentious plan. You play birds. I probably shouldn't have played the what's its face. She probably should not have played the arrows because I'm wasting the ability to win now. Could have just won off the Viviscer's Insights. Big mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Okay, Thirsting Roots. I'm afraid, so we just win anyway. Apparently it was too free. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Got him. Yeah, buddy. Blue. Draw 3 cards. Win the game. You'll love to see it. Punishing mid-range day in and day out. Oh, we got him. Got the chest. So we lost the Slivers because we didn't have that extra moments piece. And then we... Oh yeah, so we lost the Slivers because of the moments piece, then we lost the Altar Tron that just went, what? You're dead. We're a relatively slow combo deck and we're relying on them not just winning, so that's what happened. I liked the idea of Muddle for Pentad Prism. I thought that was pretty good, so I'm sold on that. Not sure about the circle protections in the sideboard. Maybe try it out. Let me know how it goes. Maybe even 18 lands would be fine with the 4 Loriens. So you could put some other sort of proliferation effect in, or maybe another Muddle. I think it's probably safer to just have 19 lands. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video.